Okay, fantastic. Right, last week we had a number of winners. We always put our selections up on YouTube. We don't hide away from the fact that we do pick the winners each week, and Adam's gone through a couple of mine today. But anyway, Adam, we're going to have your selections first. Adam, your selections will come up on screen.
Excellent, there they are. The first one, race times aren't correct, as they seem to all be like usual, but it doesn't matter. The first one's 240, Hey Big Spender. We've talked about this. The horse has won 8 out of its 10 starts with top weight, so I wouldn't worry about that today. There's a lot of question mark about a lot of short price runners in the field, so around the 8-1 mark should go well. In the form of its Ascot run in December has been backed up well. The second selection, Broadway Buffalo, in the Grand National Trial at Haydock, we've spoken about. This horse's last run came far too soon after its win at Haydock just before Christmas. I'd ignore that completely, and I think if they go a good pace, they can just pick off rivals one by one. Loves the track, unbeaten at Haydock, and will love the ground. We just spoke about the 350 at Ascot. Petit Zig is the bet of the day for me. I don't know why it's not shorter than 2-1. I think it'll win this race before going on to win the JLT at the festival. So have a good bet on that today. And the last one, just taking on Sam because I can, in the Haydock 4 o'clock, definitely red. Its last run, it ran very well, but the time before that when it was actually beaten, the horse has gone on. The form of that race has worked out particularly well, and I think this horse stepping up to 3 miles will see the making of him. So definitely red, Brian Ellison, and that's my final selection. Okay, and just to clarify, there was an error on that screen. It's actually 240 at Ascot, Hey Big Spender, not the 205. It's a 240 at Ascot, and it's something that is a horse that I particularly like, but didn't have it in my selections, which we're happy to know. Well, I was glad because that would have really stopped it, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, Sam, we can expect some shorties.
No, there's a mix.
There's a nice. Sorry to be unfair. I don't want to be unfair.
Yeah,
Here we go, Sam.
Peter is unfair. And to be fair, Champagne Fever is in there. It's not a backable price, but I needed to pick it because I wanted to be able to talk about Champagne Fever as it's my favourite horse in training. And if it doesn't win today, there's something very wrong in my book, and you might not even see it at Cheltenham. I just cannot have it beat today. Adam was right, the 4 o'clock at Haydock is a good race, and it's going to be Fletcher's Flyer that will be taking the winning here. Harry Fry is massively keen on this horse. We saw he took it to Punchestown. He's not afraid to take on the best with it. This decides if he's going to head to the festival this year or maybe wait a little bit later in the spring. It's a short price, but I think it was around 13-8 last night, so I think that's a fair price for what should be an easy winner. Padge we've mentioned in the Ascot race as well. I just think this is a really good horse. I have my fears around the jockey, but 4-1 looks fair, and I'd be really disappointed to not see it closing late on. My only worry would be if it closes too late and something's nipped in front because the jockey's taken too long. My last one's a bit of an interesting one. It's for the Tizard team. Mr. Legg gets off the horse and we allowed a proper jockey on in Ruby Walsh, who picks up the ride. This horse is about 6-1 and was running over further at Cheltenham. I think it was about 2 miles forward. Went tailing off behind another good horse of Dan Skelton's, Value at Risk, that I think will go really well at the festival. So this will crack for me. You'll be looking at about, I think, 6-1. So I think it's a fair price, and of the all, probably the biggest price for you today.
Okay, well, fantastic, Sam. Hopefully someone's going to get 4 out of 4 winners. We've had 3 out of 4 before, but never 4. Maybe you're the man to have 4.
Well, there's some shorties in there, to be fair.
Yeah, but Thistle Crack comes in, everyone's be happy.
I'd be over the moon.
Okay, when I was looking through my selections yesterday, I could have thrown in Irvine and that Fisher's Cross, which I do fancy both of them, and I think our Fisher's Cross and Irvine will win today. But I've gone for some value, and hopefully we can find some. 225 at Ascot, Unique Ducote, has been well backed in the last 24 hours, and I suspect the gap since the last time it run will suit, and I expect that horse to win today. It was very impressive first time at Cheltenham, and run very mediocrely afterwards, but it had come back from a long break. Petit Zig, the reasons we discussed, very much, I don't think this race takes much winning. Mofala is a danger, having £7 to deficit because of the mare allowance, 11 stone, but I still think Petit Zig has got class, and I think the horse is improving. The 255, the Grand National Trial, I'm going for Ben Benz. I do think the last run was very good, and the step up in trip might well suit. And there's one to watch in the Haydock 430, a horse called Woof, trained by Tom George. Been waiting for this horse to go chasing. It's a slight concern it's come out so late in the season in February, but I think certainly it's one to watch. And today could be a bit of value around about the 4-5-1 mark. So they are my selections for today.